Stephanie here with Stephanie Cole Over 50 Living, and today we are going to be making make ahead Valentine's desserts. And these are my favorite kinds of desserts to make because they look really elegant, they taste very good, but they're easy. So I like that. First off, we will be making chocolate shortbread heart cookies. You can make the dough up to a week in advance and just leave it in your fridge, and then the day before or the night of, you just roll them out and cook them up. They'll melt in your mouth, chocolatey, and I have a way of making them a little bit more elegant and festive for the Valentine's night or day or whatever. Then we are going to be making a Semifreddo, which is a partial frozen dessert. It's light, it's luscious, and the flavors of that are going to be white chocolate, raspberry, and pistachio. And this is one of those desserts, like I was saying, that it's so elegant to look at, yet it takes no time to make, and it's really tasty. Anyway, let's get started. Let's go. So we are going to be starting off today. Hold that thought. We are going to be starting today making the chocolate shortbread cookies. So I am putting on an apron because I am going to get chocolate all over me. I just know it. This is really fast. What we're going to do is we're going to make the cookies, and then we're going to put them in the refrigerator overnight. And then tomorrow we will be decorating the cookies and also with the Semifreddo. Semifreddo. Why can I not say that? Semifreddo. Semifreddo. Yes, Semifreddo. Wow. To the mixing bowl, we are going to add 1 cup of butter at room temperature. And then we are going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar and 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. And we are going to start mixing it. Ooh, it smells cocoa-y in here. To add a teaspoon, but I'm not going to measure it, let's be real, a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, that looks luscious. I am going to scrape down the sides, and I'm going to do 1 cup and 3/4 of the flour. So I've laid some saran wrap out here, and I am now trying to get as much of the shortbread batter as I can out of here. So now that we have it on the saran wrap, I am just going to squish it all together, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator overnight, and I will see you tomorrow. First thing I have done is I have lined a loaf pan. What is this, like a 9x5, 9x4 loaf pan? And I've lined it with saran wrap, and I've made sure that there's not going to be any air pockets, and so that the Semifreddo will just line it perfectly. So that's the first thing we do. Now I have taken out, I have a white chocolate bar, and I have taken it out of the freezer, and I also froze the grater, the cheese grater. That way I'm trying to keep the chocolate from melting. And as soon as I get done grating this, then I'm going to put it back in the freezer to keep the chocolate from melting. And I'm making a mess here. I'm just going to shred the whole thing of cheese. I am just going to shred the whole thing of white chocolate. I am at the stand mixer, and we are going to go ahead and start adding all the ingredients. This is the hardest part, and when you see just how easy it is, you'll be like, why didn't I ever make fancy desserts before? First, we're going to add 1/4 cup of sour cream. To that, we are going to add 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar. And we are going to blend. Scrape down the sides. And blend again. Now I'm going to add the heavy cream. I'm mixing the cream mixture into stiff peaks and it's almost there, so I'm going to put it back onto medium. It usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. And there we have the stiff peaks. And now we are going to fold in the chocolate, which I'm going to use about, this is a 4-ounce bar, and I am going to save back probably, I'm thinking like I'm going to put just about 2 ounces of pistachios that I chopped, and 1 pint of the raspberries that I have rinsed. And then we're going to gently fold it in so we don't lose the air. After this is frozen, I'm going to check back with you tomorrow and garnish it. It is the next day, and I am going to be cooking up these shortbread cookies, and we will be decorating them today. And then on the Semifreddo, we will be taking it out of the freezer and also decorating that. And yeah, everything's gonna be tasty. Anyway, let's get started. My shortbread cookies are baked, they're cut and baked, and they are ready to be decorated. So that is what we're going to do now. What I am going to do is I'm going to melt both some white chocolate and some dark chocolate in the microwave. It usually takes about a minute, minute and a half, and I just stir every 30 seconds to make sure we don't burn that. I took off the saran wrap, and over here I have some warm water in a dish, and I'm just going to place this in it to help loosen up the bottom so it'll be easier to take out. So I'm just going to let that sit here for a couple of minutes. This has been sitting in the water, and I'm just gently trying, there we go. And there we have it. Decorate. I could take a spatula and kind of just smooth this out, which I'm doing, so obviously. And I'm just putting a little bit of the water that I have and just kind of smoothing out the wrinkles. All right, so I have the Semifreddo in my hand. The one thing you want to do is you do want it to sit out a little bit so it can soften up a tiny bit. And I have to tell you guys, I haven't even had breakfast yet. It's morning right now, and I'm having this for breakfast. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's light. This is really good. Anyway, I hope you try these recipes, and until next time, bye.